Welcome into another edition of Hot Shot Secret Live. My name is Josh Steinmetz, brand manager, along with Logan McFarland. What do you do here, Logan?
I've said that so many times. I work in the lab.
All right.
Research and development lab technician.
There we go. Today we'll be talking about one of our brand new products, Adrenaline R82 Plus Diesel Race Fuel Additive. As always, we'll be taking your questions. Be sure to put them in the comments. We'll be monitoring those questions on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll try to get through them throughout the show. If Logan or myself can't figure it out, we'll find out someone who can.
Absolutely.
We'd also like to know where you're watching from today. So if you would, please go ahead and put that in the comments as well. As always, we're dual streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Be sure to like and share this video. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube to get all our updates. And be sure to follow us on Instagram, now X, YouTube, and TikTok. Chad, you need to change that script, X. So,
Let's get into it.
yes, let's get right into it.
Bump the mic. Right out into the open. Super secret project. Can't tell you a whole lot about it. But what I can say, 34 points cetane. It kind of speaks for itself right there. And also lubricity. 82 plus. Let's see, what else can I get into with it? We also just released our top lube to go along with this. Perfect. Granted, this already has that in there.
Yeah, so the top lube you're mentioning in there is inside of this. We didn't officially release it as a standalone product yet, but
We'll get there.
we'll get there. So why was this product developed? Pretty simple. We have a lot of people in the diesel race industry that use our oil products, use our additives as is. We wanted to come out with a fuel additive that they could take regular pump fuel and have extreme performance with as far as fine power with the cetane and having good lubricity protection with the top lube as
Yeah.
well.
And the thing is, another thing with cetane is cetane's the opposite of lubricity. So we're able to find a way to have both of them in harmony.
You're absolutely right. There's other competitive products out there who have great cetane, but lubricity is lacking completely.
Yep.
And the industry came to us, and that's actually why LX4 was one of the reasons why LX4 was even made as well. So our Lubricity Extreme 4, LX4, was made to combat some of the diesel race fuel out there that was really, really dry, scarring the fuel pumps and the injectors.
Yep.
So what we've done is create something now that will work well to grab power and lubricity already done in the bottle for you.
Yep.
All right.
With, an amazing treat rate of, well, in the lab we call it 1 to 16, but this is 1 quart to 4 gallons of fuel. So, very high treat rate for that.
It is a very high treat rate, but we got to remember what we were doing with that. We're adding a ton of cetane.
Yep.
So we actually sent out for testing. It's on the website. If you go underneath the resources tab, you actually be able to see that test as well as we sent out a base fuel. They get a cetane rating. It was actually pretty high, 48. We just went to the pump down the street, got some pump fuel. Surprisingly, it was 48. We went and sent that out for testing, and we added this at our 1 to 16 ratio as recommended in the bottle, sent it out for testing, and it came back with a 34 and a half increase of cetane, which is just, we didn't expect it. We actually, to be honest, renamed the product after it came back.
It used to say 70. Now it's 82.
So the 82 comes from an actual number. That was the cetane rating we got with that 48 fuel.
When that report came across my desk, I was, wow.
Just
Not expecting that.
Yep, just absolutely crazy. So what cetane does, we've talked about before, but it creates a larger set of conditions for the fuel to burn. The longer we have the fuel able to burn, the more complete it's going to burn, and the more power we're going to get out of the BTUs available in the base fuel.
Yep, absolutely.
Also helps with starting. So we've been testing this for over 3 years, actually 4+ years, on and off with people. At times doing various testing, and some people have been running it different variations of it for the last 3-4 seasons. And so we know for a fact we have easier starting. I have a lot of guys on the tractor pull side that I know that have used it and said, I don't need ether anymore to start my engine. Now, if it gets extremely cold, I bet they're going to need some ether just because it's the nature of the beast. Quicker spooling time. So the
Yeah, that's
drag
the big
racers love it. Drag racers absolutely love it. Tractor pull guys haven't been able to say it to me yet, but I think they're going to as they get into it and understand a bit more how it's working. And then on the pull side as well, we also heard so much reduction in wet stacking. What is that? Because R&D guys question me on what the heck that term meant. And that is actually unburnt fuel that actually will come down on your tailpipe and you see it. And we call that wet stacking. So it's unburnt fuel. So with the increase of cetane, we have reduced wet stacking to almost none, depending on your base fuel.
Did not know that's what you called it.
Yes.
There's technical terms and TPA terms.
That's actually a technical term you can look up.
Really?
It really is.
I know it by something else.
Okay. The non-technical term is slobbering. I hate those slobbering diesels that don't know how to burn their fuel. So, again, we covered cetane part, lubricity. LX4, it was good.
Yeah.
And then you guys went back out and went to beat it.
Yeah. I mean, with the treat rate being so high, we were able to fit as much lubricity and cetane in there as we wanted to. And just, I mean, even in race applications, the main thing you go for is performance. And luckily with this, we didn't have to, there was no cost for that performance, aside from, no off-road use, or no on-road use.
Right. And we're really not afraid of it for on-road, but our full intent is off-road for this product.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's, in order to get some of the performance gains that we see with this much cetane, you actually have to time the engine to make it work right. So on the electronic side, we got to time it correctly. Our mechanical pump side, we got to make sure we got everything very dialed into the right areas and advanced timing or retard timing based on trying to get optimal, burning efficiency out of it.
Yeah, and with dealers and racers, we've had test this. They had to do that exact thing. Results will show when you tune it with
Yes,
this.
absolutely. You have to tune it. First question in from YouTube. Why does the dose rate in LX4 1 ounce for 10 gallons, EDT 1 ounce for 25 gallons, or 2 ounce per 25 gallons? So referring to the treat rate. So LX4, or do you want to take?
Yeah. So LX4's treat rate is set right where it is to meet both the compliance with the UK spec for, 470, 480 microns.
460.
460, there you go. And then in the US, it's somewhere around
580.
580.
No, 520. You're right.
520.
You're right.
So, and normally diesel fuel comes out to 600 from the factory. So LX4 is set where it is basically to have the highest benefit from using it. Any more LX4, if you decided to use more, you don't really notice much more benefit because we have it maxed out.
You got it maxed out. You got that diminishing return that we usually talk about. So EDT, even though LX4 is a small component of it, we put a lot of lubricity in there, enough to get a punch to get us down below where you'll be in safe levels.
Yeah, below the UK spec.
Below the 460 spec. Now, where LX4 is stuck at is we actually made it so if fuel didn't hit any kind of lubricity at the refinery at all, it's going to be well below. We wanted to get it down into 300s range.
Yes.
So LX4 in a way is almost a more than you need, but we give it to you so that the ideal of that product is a one-shot pony of being lubricity, so give you the optimum level of lubricity no matter what fuel you're starting out with, where EDT is a balance of a lot of different things. So we give you enough to keep you protected and safe below that European standard, but not so much that you're going to be like, why does it take so much?
Yeah, and another thing with the EDT, like you said, there's so many factors to it. It is a 6-in-1, and
it actually also has what we call internally a neutral lubricity additive as well. So the original form of EDT had lubricity in it. We called it our neutral lubricity agent, and so it already had some lubricity in it. So it's actually working in tandem with the LX4 to add extra lubricity on top of it.
And that's hard to do. Usually lubricity components are not friends with each other.
They are not. So you guys really hit that one out of the park. And when we started looking at this tree right now,
Yeah.
I
So
mean-
1 to 16 compared to, well, EDT performance dose is 1280.
right.
So, I mean, multitudes, multitudes above.
And to get cetane, we always talk about diminishing returns of cetane with EDT, and that's got brought a great point. How are we able to get 34 points?
I can't
Without
tell
you-
you.
you can't
It's,
tell-
it's
that's
a
a
secret.
secret. It is- it
if
really
I
is.
hint anything towards, they'll know.
They'll know. Okay. But basically, and searched out a lot of different chemistries, ones that we wouldn't normally use in on-road applications.
Yeah, and another thing, the cetane we use in Diesel Extreme and EDT, 7 points is about as much as you can get out of it. We tried as hard as we could with that version of cetane to get as far as we can. So we really had to kind of dive deep. That's why it took us 4 years. Not only looking for the components to use in this, but also working with the dealers and racers to show results with the tunes and
Right.
yeah.
I know we did a lot of different Didone tests, and I had Tractor Pull Guy compare it to biodiesel, a competitor product, a product that hardly no one uses, but those that know about it. And the last test we did, I think we actually made another tweak on top of that one, so I'm not sure, was we were 8 horsepower ahead on a 1,600 horsepower tractor. It's a 0.5%, but in a class that's limited by the turbocharger size, finding 8 horsepower just by switching fuel is huge.
Absolutely.
Just like they found horsepower when they switched to our adrenaline oil as well.
Yeah.
Got another question. Wasn't sure if it was covered already. Is it safe to run a regular diesel pickup?
Unfortunately not. If you are equipped with an emission system, I do not recommend to use this product. However, pre-emissions, absolutely.
And as we said, you got to tune it to get the horsepower out of it.
Yeah,
So don't
correct.
expect horsepower in a bottle by using this.
Yeah,
If it's not tuned properly, you're not going to see a lot of the benefits.
absolutely. Yep. It's the same with gasoline vehicles. Go into a higher octane fuel, we've got to balance the fuel tables.
And then applications. So drag racing, truck and tractor pulling,
Yep.
anything that uses diesel engine that's high performance area, correct?
And no emissions.
And no emissions.
That's
Using common rail,
Yep.
using mechanical pumps,
yep.
all the above.
Yeah, Huey, common, everything.
Probably our biggest tester was Fire Punk Diesel. And we actually sent a finished bottle over to those guys and want to hear what LaVon Miller had to say. So let's watch this quick video.
Today I want to show you guys a new product that we've been working with on Hot Shot Secret. We've been working on with their R&D team on developing a race fuel, and this is a performance additive that you can add to number 2 diesel fuel and turn your pump fuel into race fuel. And this additive really has 2 leading factors in it, and that is a cetane booster and a lubricity additive. And that is 2 very things that are important in race fuel. So one thing that we see with this, they have been able to see up to a 34-point gain in cetane rating, which helps with getting a more complete combustion. When you're injecting diesel fuel, it takes pressure to combust, and so this has a wider range of conditions that will combust your diesel fuel. So for the same amount of fuel you're injecting, you're getting a more complete burn, which will give you more BTUs for the same amount of fuel, which puts more power to your crankshaft, which makes your race car go faster, and that's what we're all about. This also has a 41% increase in lubricity, which is very important for our fuel systems. The fuel systems on these diesels are very precise and high pressure, and they're very expensive, so protecting them is ultra important. And the additive that they add to the lubricity will give you protection for your fuel pumps, your injectors, and it also does a top-end lubricant, so as it's injecting into your injection system or combustion chamber, you're getting more protection on your cylinder walls for some lubricity, protection for your piston rings, and less scuffing on your piston skirts, etc. So this is something we've been running in the Pro Mod here. We're really excited to release this to the public. This is something you can find on Hot Shot Secret website, and we will also be selling it on the Fire Punk website, shop.firepunk.com.
Thanks, LaVon. I like that. That was a lot of fun. We'll also be, I'm going to hint towards it. We have a fun video from Firepunk and the crew on Friday. We're going to Friday. Okay, perfect, to release as well. So, I have a question from Trevor over on Facebook as well. Would you be able to work with tuners to help them revise their tuners for this product?
Yeah, so unfortunately, that's not really a service that we provide. We do work with, putting you in contact with someone that can do that. Not exactly Firepunk, but, any dealers we have that own their own shops that can do it. We do have those, but we don't specifically work with the tuning, so.
Right, and it's really easy for kind of anyone that knows what they're doing in
Yeah.
tuning necessarily. They know they have more cetane, so they know they have a longer window to burn the fuel. So they can work on those parameters, and it's going to take some polls on the dyno to really figure out.
Oh, yeah,
exactly
every
what-
application is going to be specific anyway, so.
Right. All right, get into our dealer shout-outs. Got 2 of them here. MPM Tire and Auto in Lewiston, Idaho. Nice. And also a new dealer, Chetco Automotive in Brookings, Oregon. I wanted to say South Dakota. Yeah, Brookings, South Dakota. That's where like Daktronics and all the big stuff's from. All that stuff is. So, welcome aboard, guys. If anyone's interested to become a dealer, be sure to reach out to our 800 number and talk to one of our account executives. They'll be happy to get you set up to become a dealer as well. And if you want to, just because we're doing R82 Plus, if that makes a reason for you to become a dealer, go ahead and contact us and see what we can do for you. Also, I'd like to remind you to check out the Steve Summers Overnight Drive each and every weekday from midnight to 5 a.m. Eastern from the Hot Shot Secret Studio every night over on Rumble, YouTube, and check out the website overnightdriveradio.com as well.
All righty, now we got going into events. On the 13th, we have NTPA Allegan County Fair in Allegan, Michigan. Then we have the 15th through the 17th, NHRDA World Finals in Texas Motorplex.
Yeah, Kyle will be down there with the Hot Shot Secret booth. We also have our grand prize winners as well from our NHRDA giveaway. Congratulations to Greg R., who was our winner. Glad you're able to take a part of that VIP experience down there at the World Finals as well. We also have our film crew going down there, so we'll be getting some great footage during the event and then some a week after some post event coverage as well.
And then we got a couple more events. On the 16th, we have the NTPA Enderley.
Enderley pull-off, yes.
Yep.
So
And-
Enderley Fuel Injection came up with this program, and what they have, it's kind of like the Big Bud Shootout used to be, where it's actually a year-end program. They have to qualify all year, so you got the best of these competitors coming out, and this is the year-end finale in Urbana, Ohio, just west of Columbus, an hour, and top 13 regional or 12 Grand National and 13 Regional National or something like that. So 25 classes, top 3 to 5 people in each of those. So you get to see the big dogs come out and run for one big check for one last time.
That'll be a fun one.
That's a fun one. I'll be on site with Diesel Don.
Oh, Diesel Don.
Yep.
And then on the 19th, for Tuesday through Thursday, we have the Farm Science Review.
Yes, London, Ohio. So any of our ag or trucking folks that want to check that out, for sure, this would be the event to go to. Be there with the Hot Shot Secret booth. We have the NTPA scoreboard on site. We have Josh Lawyer, one of our dealers, has his show truck. It won at Matt's for the Truck Show Awards. And then we also have a two-wheel drive truck, Brent and Christy Seacrest, with their Nothing Easy About It, won the championship for NTPA last year. Had a very nice season again this year. So their truck will be on site as well.
Now, do we want to answer some questions or go into the sales?
We'll see here. Mike Cole says he can't wait to try it out in his 12 valve. Can't believe that, Mike. Chris says he's going to try it out in his Detroit powered diesel pulling truck, so I'm sure you're going to love that. And then Jordan says my VP44 drag truck will have this in it for the final race at Wagler. So
Good to hear.
they're good to hear indeed. That'll be great on that pump as well.
All righty, now let's go into some sales. At Love's, we have a buy 2 30-ounce stiction eliminator and receive a $10 in My Love's rewards. Then at Pilot, we have buy 2 64-ounce diesel extremes and get $10. And then on the web, we're getting ready for hunting season with 15% off of our Nano Precision CLP gun oil.
That's right.
And that
Cleans.
runs all September.
All September. Cleans, lubricates, and protects. All in one gun product. And then at AutoZone, we'll have a really unique promotion where you can get $10 back in AutoZone rewards by buying a gallon of Shell Rotella T5 and pairing it with either 32-ounce Diesel Extreme or 16-ounce FR3.
Nice.
So you can either add a little extra protection to your oil change or go ahead and clean up the fuel side.
Cool. You're hiding sales from me, Josh. I didn't know about that one.
It's all Chad's fault.
Come on, Chad.
Invite you guys to stay in the loop with everything going on here at Hot Shot Secret, including sales, news, blogs, and more by subscribing to our newsletter at hotshotsecret.com/email. And yeah,
And now we're going into, we got some highlights for the NTPA championships in Bowling Green. And then remember to like and follow us on Facebook and share this video. Have a good week.
yep. See you guys next time.
Perfect day to sit, watch track and bowling.
So, ladies and gentlemen, to you, our 180th fighter wing.
Full down, steering 1-1. Yeah, looks like you guys have a great crowd down there. I know full down fans are the best. And the only thing you want to hear is, all power.